Today, I'm joined by a man who will be entering the ring in only 3 days in Commerce, California, with a record of 9-0-1. He will look to continue his pro career with Red Owl Boxing live on dazn. Today, I'm joined by the one and only Angel Perez. Angel, how you doing today?
Doing really well.
Angel, 3 days away from your fight. But before we get into the fight specifically, I want to talk about you're from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. How excited are you to be fighting across the country in California for the first time ever?
Excited. I've never fought out there, so I want to see what it's like out there. It's definitely a goal of mine to visit, all over the United States, but also traveling. And it's even better that I get to travel and do the one thing I love, which is boxing.
Have you been to California non-boxing before? Have you even no? So first time in California ever.
First time to Cali ever, yeah.
I know you talked about traveling and fighting different places. Do you have a wish list in your career where you'd want to fight, whether it be Vegas, New York, any other places other than California you want to try and hit off in your career?
Yeah, crazy thing is I wanted to also fight in Texas, and my last fight was in Texas, so that was another accomplishment. But I want to fight at the Barclays Center and New York, and then I just want to fight probably in Las Vegas.
Can't go wrong with those places at all.
Uh,
Before this fight and just growing up, how did you get into boxing? Was there any particular fighter that you were a fan of and got you into boxing? Was there a fight, or just how did you get into the sport of boxing?
so I got into the sport of boxing because I have a younger cousin goes by the name of Juan Perez. He was boxing for a while. He's my first cousin. So after seeing him boxing, and my dad actually, my father and my uncle, they had so much love for the sport growing up. They all boxed growing up. So my father got us into it because he seen that his nephew was into it. So he brought us into the gym. I mean, boxing was something that we watched like growing up, but it wasn't something like I played other sports. I was more
Yeah.
interested in basketball, football, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So when I started boxing, I was also playing these other sports. But boxing just like kind of took over just because we were like we seemed very advanced for our age and we just learned very quickly and it became my favorite sport after a while.
Who was your favorite fighter growing up? Was there anyone you're trying to emulate and copy when you were in the ring starting off?
Yeah, my favorite fighter back then was Manny Pacquiao.
It can't go wrong with me. I feel like a lot of kids, a lot of people your age and my age, honestly, their favorite fighters are Manny Pacquiao, and you can't go wrong with it at all.
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of. So we did watch boxing, even though we weren't into the sport. I remember growing up, we used to watch Miguel Cotto a lot, and Manny Pacquiao was also one. One of the fights that I do remember growing up was the Miguel Cotto versus Antonio uh, Margarito.
Margaretti? Yeah.
I watched the first and second one of that, and this was before boxing, so.
Mhm.
It was like it was always something that was involved in my family. It was a one way for us to everyone to unite, everyone to see each other and spend time with each other. It was through boxing, so it's actually crazy that we used to watch boxing and we had no intentions on boxing, and like now looking back, I never thought that one day my family would now be able to do that, but I will be in the ring.
It's a full circle moment. That's pretty cool. Before I just got to touch on this. You said you loved basketball growing up. Are you a Sixers fan?
Nah, nah.
No, not a Six. You know what? That's fair. I'm a Knicks fan, so I was gonna give you a little hard time if you're a Philadelphia Sixers fan. You talked about the family and boxing being really a family thing. Your brother Antonio, he's alongside fighting with you. How important has it been for you to have him right next to your side? Your basically entire career boxing with you, having someone else go through what you're going through.
It's great. It's honestly probably the best thing I have is my brother. We push each other in all aspects of life, but to have that one person that is at the same level as you, that pushes you and even when you're not 100% you, you have that other person that you could possibly lean on. I know a lot of people don't have people to lean on, and stuff like in a sport like this. But me, I'm very grateful to have him and blessed. He pushes me. Seeing him work alongside me just motivates me even more, and it excites me because I know that me and him will go far in this game.
That's incredible because I'm sure, there's people, friends, family that are close to you, obviously, that they don't necessarily understand the sacrifice and the journey that it is being a boxer. But your brother, hey, if whether you had a tough day at the gym or out running, like he understands the struggles, and it's great to have someone who you can just, hey, talk to him about, hey, this didn't go my way, or should I do something different? That's right there with you.
Yeah, 100%. It's a blessing to have. I get to speak to him about anything, and sometimes I don't even have to say much, and he will say it right before me. He knows the feeling, so it's great to have someone like that in your team and alongside you.
Do you guys spar much with each other?
Yeah, yeah.
How are the sparring sessions? Excuse me.
Depends on the day, but like I would say 90% of the time, when we get in the ring, if we're not in training camp, I would say it's like super even. Like there's times where we can go maybe like a whole round and throw 100 punches and maybe each other like 10 times. But then there's other times like when we get deep into camp and we just go all out and we're back to back hitting each other and slipping each other's punches. So I would say that he's probably the best work I can get is my brother.
That's incredible to hear. Talking about your last fight, it was your first fight in about a year and a half, little layoff in between fights. Did you feel any ring rust stepping into the ring? How were you feeling as you entered?
Yeah, I felt a lot of ring rust. Not only did I feel rust from being off, like fighting, but I also took a lot of time off from boxing. Last year wasn't really a good year for me. In regards to boxing, I had a lot of training camps that I was getting ready for fights and they would cancel like a week before or the same week. And it happened to me so much. And I just felt like I was putting a lot of stress onto my body and stuff like that. So I took a long time off last year. It was like all of December, all of January. And then headed back into the game. It was kind of still had some ring rust
Mhm.
and then like taking time off added to it.
Definitely, and it's tough, especially in those 6 round bouts too. Like you say, you're feeling the little ring rust for 2 rounds. That's a third of the fight, and that's just tough to do. I always have wondered about this question. I know, obviously, you're going through a training camp. How different is, say, you sparring in training than actually stepping in the ring with somebody? Like compared to just like motivate adrenaline and how everything feels for a fighter.
I think that's the main thing. Sparring is definitely something that it's like the main thing I would say in getting ready for a training camp. So usually I would like to do more rounds in sparring than I have for my fight, but then you also have to bring down your rounds towards the end. I would say get somewhere around to where you're fighting and go 100% as if you're expecting or you're getting ready for your fight. So like this past week I sparred a good friend from Lancaster, and the week before we sparred 8 rounds, and I've been sparring 10 rounds, 8 rounds here and there, other locations. But this past sparring, which was my last sparring, I brought it back down to six, just so I go 100% for those 6 rounds. See how I'm feeling, even with like weight loss journey and everything. Just seeing how I would perform at that level.
Makes complete sense. Obviously, the last fight was a draw. Have you been able to rewatch the fight? You got one of the judges had you winning that fight. I assume you believe you won that fight. Has your when have you rewatched it? Are there things that you look at and say, I wish I could have done that better? Just looking back on your fight, what are some of the things you learned from that decision?
Yeah, so I definitely thought I won. I
Mhm,
still look at it almost every day actually. I still believe I won rounds one all the way through four. I
mhm.
wish I could have picked it up in the fifth and sixth, but I know where that came from. I know that the Angel Perez that entered that ring on that night wasn't even half of the Angel Perez that I am now. So, um, but I'm actually grateful for it because it's turned me into a better person. It's turned me into a better man inside the ring and outside the ring. So I'm grateful that I received the draw that night.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a bad night for who your opponent on Friday night. Just you got a lot of things to get off your chest. It feels like in the ring on Friday.
Definitely do. It's gonna be a great night for sure.
We're only 3 days away from the 10th and the fight. Talk to me. What's your routine? What are you going to do these next 3 days? How is there much training? Is it more mentally preparing, more weight stuff? What do these next 3 days leading into the ring walk for Angel Perez look like?
I'll probably be in light shakeout workout today in the gym. I usually put in a lot of miles before during the week of the fight. I don't really like to punch the bag and stuff, but today I'm gonna do that just for a little bit, just to cut a couple pounds. Get ready, start packing. I still haven't even started packing. I worked yesterday, like I'm still working. Even today I had to go do medicals and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So the rest of today I'm just rest right now until I gotta go to the gym. Go to the gym, come home, eat, pack. I got an early flight tomorrow, so get some sleep, head out. And then once I land over in Cali, I still have a couple more medicals that I have to get done. And usually, what we do, I'm pretty sure we'll do it over there too, but my coach likes us to get used to the air.
Huh.
He says that the air is going to be a lot thinner over there. So I would do a workout out there. Um, Probably do like a light jog and then, I use full body workout. So I'm probably hit the mitts and shadow box, jump rope, just a light workout just to get used to the air.
Right.
But, and then, I spend a lot of time one on one by myself. I'm Christian, so pray and read my Bible and stuff. So in between those times, that's what I'll be doing, meditating and stuff like that. Just getting my mental right before the fight, because that's very important as well. But and then Thursday weigh in, eat, and then Friday night is gonna be show night. It's showtime. I mean, so I'll be locked in on Friday.
Sounds great. Your opponent, Sachin Rohilia, excuse me. What do you know? Do you know much about him? What have you been training for him in training camp? And obviously, you don't have to give away the game plan, but are there things that you're trying to exploit in his game, weaknesses that you've seen?
Yeah, yeah. He has an amateur background,
Hmm.
so I know he's going to use a lot of jabs and movement. So I just plan on pressuring him and breaking him down over time and getting him out of there.
A few days from the fight, let the fans know, Angel Perez, what should they expect when you step in the ring on Friday night?
Uh, Man, Friday night, expect Sharpie to be back. If for the people who don't know, Sharpie was my name given to me when I was an amateur, just because of how sharp my hands were. So Friday night, Sharpie is back times 10. I promise I'm going to put on a spectacular performance. Friday night is going to be my revenge tour. I'm going to begin my revenge tour, and Friday night is just the first steps of it.
I can't wait to watch. I know everyone tuning in on DAZN can't wait. Everyone in Commerce, California can't wait. Thank you so much again, Angel.
Thank you as well.